10 years ago, Five Nights at Freddy's released and became an overnight success. YouTubers jumped onto this game franchise, which helped boost the popularity enough to get a sequel only a few months later. Now, FNAF has been sent through the ringer with multiple game tie-ins, a good chunk of book releases, and now a movie adaptation that was released in October of last year. Five Nights at Freddy's is massive. In fact, so many people are just now getting into this franchise, including probably some of you watching this video right now. There is probably a lot of you who think that the original game that took the world by storm must have been massive in gameplay and mechanics that make a horror game stand out. Well, you would be wrong. Yep, this is the original game that blew away the horror side of YouTube. A point-and-click 2D based video game with some decent character designs. I'm not saying the first game is in any ways bad, it is just a middle ground for what the series developed into. This, of course, has led to multiple people thinking about how to revision the original games. Well, we did actually get this when Stillwell and Scott Cawthon collabed to make Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. A full VR experience with the first 3 games getting remakes and extra minigames to fully give a FNAF experience. Even getting a non-VR version of it a little over 7 months later so that we can play a fully 3D version of the game. However, I would be straight up lying to you if I said that Help Wanted was the first time FNAF had been remade. When a franchise gets popular enough, you start to get small game developers a chance to work on their skills and make fan games and projects that would either have inspiration from the original game and story, or would try to fully improve the game they are basing it off of. Today we're going to be looking at the latter to see where FNAF has improved upon and where some developers failed to capture the pure aspect of the original game. I found 17 fan projects that were made to reimagine or re-improve on the FNAF franchise. These games spanned from the original FNAF 1 game to even Security Breach. I also tried to not include any free roam fan games, as those deserve to be in their own separate category of their own, so don't expect any of those to show up here. So with that being said, let us go into one of the oldest FNAF remakes of all time that I even forgot about until I was doing the research for this video. That game, of course, is called One Night at Freddy's. This, to my knowledge, is one of the first ever remakes of FNAF 1. This was of course made to take the original game and make it in 3D. This is one hell of a gem to find too. The real question is, how good is it? Well, it's functional. I do like the direction they were going with this. Plus, the minor changes they made, like changing the phone call and making the lights charge before working, brings a slight bit of mechanical strategy to the game. Only problem is it looks like shit. I mean, look at these character models. They are ripped straight off of the Gmod add-ons from the Gmod FNAF map. Seriously, they couldn't even try to make the models at least somewhat different. Even adding in some new texture to the models would have been good. I guess I could somewhat cut them some slack since they were probably a new and young developer that just wanted to see if they could code a fully 3D version of FNAF 1. But Jesus, I would have rather played the actual Gmod map at this point. Now, before we get into the full-blown remakes, I feel like we need to ease our way into the video. So how about we take a brief walk into FNAF mods? More directly, FNAF 2 Deluxe. This is a FNAF 2 mod that you can download and play that improves the visuals and mechanics of FNAF 2. You also don't have to worry about your FNAF 2 save, as the game takes whatever you have done in FNAF 2 and mirrors it into the Deluxe edition and vice versa. Now let's see what they have changed. As you can see already, the game is running much smoother with some added visuals like the date of the night and the phone guy actually getting subtitles. All the animatronics also had added visual changes with their own unique animations when entering the office. Balloon Boy will also say to let you know that he is gone. I think my favorite animatronic has got to be Chica. She makes broken noises on the camera when looking at her. Her animation looks like she just got off the floor when she stares at you. One thing I also like is the fact that Golden Freddy slowly begins to show up as the night progresses, since you can hear the spirit of Cassidy taunting you throughout the night. Also, the progression change to the clock is also useful, as you don't have to sit and wonder how long you got left in the night. Once you beat night 6, you unlock not only the custom night, but a survival mode. I did actually try this out. The base survival mode has you trying to survive 24 in-game hours. The game progressively gets harder as the night goes on, plus the fact that the music box windup will change to a different camera every 45 seconds. This does add an extra level of skill to the game, and this was actually what killed my run. Go ahead and beat my time. Also, I really do like the idea that whoever jump scare you is seen on the game over screen when you are in the suit. There is one more added component to the game too. When typing in this specific code to the custom night, you get the secret 8th night of the game. This brings in Spring Bonnie and Fredbear to the mix. This night was made to be extremely hard, especially with the music box mechanic added that was introduced in the survival mode. Now that we have covered the modded version of FNAF 2, how about we go into a reskin mod for FNAF 1? This mod brings in the animatronics from the Battington FNAF VHS tapes. Yep, welcome everyone to Five Nights at Freddy's Battington Edition. If you're into the FNAF VHS horror videos, then you definitely have heard of the creator Battington. He made very special VHS-style FNAF tapes that bring in their own type of lore to the FNAF franchise. With these tapes also came his own unique style for the animatronics. Everyone has given praise to these models, and even with this reskin, he has changed them up again and made them super child-friendly to the point that they are creepy and disturbing. This is a Night 1 demo and even needs you to have FNAF 1 installed in order to play the game. They do this so that Scott doesn't take them down for basically giving away free versions of his games. Unlike FNAF 2 Deluxe, Battington is its own separate game. I'm not saying that couldn't change in the future since this is just a Night 1 demo and nothing else. Well, actually if you click below the continue button, you get a secret Night 6 to play with all the animatronics active. The mechanics are basically the same as FNAF 1, except you can't camera stall Freddy and you actually need to be wary of when he could get into your office. This is a remake that I am hyped for, as Battington is one of my favorite FNAF creators of all time, and we are just dipping our toes into his own FNAF world. No, not that FNAF World, you idiots! Okay, enough mods and reskins. Why don't we go ahead and actually get into the FNAF remakes? And shall we start off with what the community call FNAF 3+? Wait, is this another banned FNAF fan game? I think I just wet myself with excitement. Welcome to Fazbear's Fright Attraction, a FNAF remake of Five Nights at Freddy's 3. You know, the worst one in the entire franchise? You heard what I fucking said. Already I am impressed. The visuals for the game is pretty much top tier, plus the menu music is really good. Let's get this started, shall we? Already we are seeing a massive change as we are needing to walk into the attraction. Jumping into it, we see that Springtrap is nowhere to be found. Yep, this still has the Night 1 deal where Springtrap isn't even present in the building. The other issue, the night is at its normal length. We can at least get some of our bearings here, I guess, right? I mean, we have new visuals to look at, a new reboot panel with added features, getting rid of the vent snares so that you can't soft lock Springtrap in a specific room, as if he goes into a vent, he can go anywhere, I think. Yeah, I don't have a single clue how to play this game. There's no night phone call that I can listen to. It's literally just me in a fucking office with no threats at all. Seriously, look, I'm on my phone at this point in the recording watching some YouTube shorts to pass the time. And like that, Night 1 is done. Night 2 starts us off walking to the building. This is a nightly occurrence, huh? Here we go with number... Jesus H. Christ! I just loaded into the game and immediately got jump scared by Balloon Boy, holy fuck! Yeah, I have zero clue what the fuck is going on. Some neat changes to the audio system too, by the way. If it errors out, then the audio doesn't play, it just breaks. So the audio system is now basic RNG in an RNG-based FNAF game with other RNG-based systems and phantoms that will RNG-based appear and jump scare you. Did I mention this game has a lot of RNG? Oh hey, look, I'm dead. Well, let me try it again. Maybe this time I won't get fucked immediately as soon as I open up the cameras. Wait, we have to walk after every time we die? Son of a bitch. Okay, I think I'm kind of getting the hang of this. You just need to keep him circling around the cameras without vents. It is decently a challenge, plus it looks freaking amazing with these visuals. Like, Fazbear's Fright has never looked better in a FNAF game. Where the fuck did you come from? Gonna be honest, FNAF 3 is better than this shithole. Even Springtrap's jump scare looks worse than the original. Well, that was a shit show, so how about we move on to another full 3D remake? Except this time we will be doing it in FNAF 4. I fucking hate my life. Welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's 4 Remake. Well, that makes it pretty obvious, doesn't it? This is a full 3D based FNAF 4 remake with new mechanics to make the game a little more challenging. We start off with probably the most annoying pre-night minigame in this entire video. Seriously, all I fucking remember from this minigame is Fredbear's fucking laugh! It plays on repeat the entire minigame until you can't take it anymore and have to start beating your ass cheeks into the door. Damn, we got buns of fucking steel. The game starts and for some reason I run to the fucking closet. Now let me explain to you how this works. When running to the door, you can lean out of it to fucking Jesus! When running to the door, you can lean out of it to look out into the hallway using Q and E to shine your light on Nightmare Bonnie and Chica and keep them away from the door. Hold shift to shut the door if you hear breathing and F to use your flashlight. One key thing to know is that you can't see which direction you are looking when you shine your light, as the light needs to be directly onto the animatronics to scare them away. This is good information as I straight up Markipliered myself on I1 with Nightmare Bonnie. I think the problem with this one is that it tried too hard to be its own thing. The lean mechanic could just happen automatically and you don't have to look around to then point at the animatronic when it clearly had time to walk up to the door before I could even try to stop it. It's just a lot, and I am sorry, but this isn't a good remake. The idea is good on paper, just needed a better execution. These games have been pretty disappointing. I mean, hell, most remakes are made to improve on the original formula. Maybe we need a change in pace. Okay, fine, you're in. We are really scraping the bottom of the barrel for this video. No FNAF games are safe when making this. This is a full 3D remake demo for FNAF World, of all things, and honestly, it looks really good. So does this mean we have a fully fleshed out FNAF remake that you can play in the years of modern FNAF? No. Unfortunately, this game is more than likely cancelled as the game hasn't seen an update in 3 years. The demo is supposed to be a roaming demo where you can explore the entirety of the map and even test all of the Fredbear interactions. It really sucks as I could see this being a better version to play FNAF World, but it now is just lost to time. I still can't believe I am 6 games in and I haven't found anything really good except for a mod and a reskin. Maybe I'm just not using the right equipment. But what on earth would I play FNAF on that isn't my PC? Welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location in VR. This mod completely remakes Sister Location to be a full and immersive experience for the VR world. We start off the game with the best joke in all of FNAF.
Welcome, Eggs Benedict.
Then we jump right in and start crawling through the vents to reach the main hub area. We do our normal night 1 routine and give everyone some good motivation of 50k volts and head into Baby's area. Why the fuck are these vents so long? Seriously, these vents are big, and I will be honest, I started to feel motion sick at this point, and we just started the game. We do our final routine with Baby for night 1, and then crawl back through the vent to end our shift. And watch our favorite drama show with better acting than fucking She-Hulk. We finish our shift and do the basics where we get the annoying as fuck angsty teen voice and then have Ballora and Funtime Foxy absolutely want to touch my little ass cheeks and then even more vents! You know the drill, the controlled shock button stops working and hand unit needs to disable the power. And this is where we meet Baby and have to hide in the crawl space. Oh, okay, Bacon on Marble Resistance gave us Ant-Man's powers. Seriously, how the fuck am I in this thing? Anyways, I come to find out that it doesn't matter how I grip the fucking door, it won't stay closed. So yeah, I wasted my fucking time on another bullshit remake. Surely that Sister Location was just a bad choice. I mean, there is absolutely no way that they could possibly ruin another FNAF experience in VR. Please be nice to me. Welcome to Pizza Simulator in VR. An office demo where you take on everybody from FNAF 6. It works the same way as it does in the original game, where you need to complete all the tasks to finish the night. That means that this night is basically Saturday night and is the most RNG based game I would play for the video, as sometimes the audio lure works and sometimes it doesn't. Also, I died whilst looking at the vents, so VR, you have failed me once again. Okay. So now that we have covered a lot of FNAF remakes on Game Jolt, I think it is time that we swap to another company that also allows creativity to be spread. This will also be a remake of the flat mode for the first Help Wanted. Yeah, VR has driven me insane enough to not want to play the VR versions of an actual good game. Thing is about these next few games, they are made on Roblox. I said we were scraping the bottom of the barrel. Welcome to Animatronics Help Wanted, a full Roblox remake of FNAF Help Wanted 1 that is currently being developed. I will say, loading in, you would believe this is the actual version of the game. Loading into the main lobby, you will see that this is actually a massive rework to a fucking T. There are also new buttons here to go to a gallery menu so that you can see all the models that are already made for the game, and these look amazing. Then coming back to the lobby, you see Glitch Trap. Well, glitching through the wall. One thing I don't like is the loading screens. Like, why give you a loading screen if it isn't going to load it on time and you have to skip it just to be back in the lobby quicker? Anyways, let us go into good old classic FNAF 1. Seriously, it seems like this is a port of the game as it looks almost identical to the original. FNAF 1 plays the same, obviously. So how about we just go on to something different to test to see how it is. Let us go repair Bonnie. The detail on Bonnie here is freaking insane. It even has his worn down details to show how old his animatronic model truly is. Repairing him is also remade to a T, with even the random broken guitar strings that need to be repaired. Might as well go with a stressful one next, so let us do Mangle's vent repair. Okay, Mangle being fully animated is pretty fucking cool. The directional sound is also really accurate. I will say she did get pretty close at times, but this is pretty accurate to the original game. Wow, I am blown away by how good that Help Wanted remake was. So let's ruin it with the Security Breach remake. Yes, you guys are not crazy. This is a work in progress beta build for a Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Roblox remake. As soon as I loaded in, I lost all my clothes. Why am I getting naked for Freddy Fazbear? Anyways, let us start off with the beginning of the game. Knowing the fact that Freddy looks like you put him under a hydraulic-like press, Freddy's room looks to be about twice as big. At least it is detailed. Oh cool, let us see Vanessa. Okay, seriously, you fully modeled the Glamrock animatronics, but you can't model Vanessa at all? Anyways, let us go on ahead and crawl through the vents. Hey look, it's Roxy! She actually looks pretty good. Let us crawl through to see Chica. Oh. What is it with these developers and making the vents about 3 times as big? Also, it wasn't even worth it because Chica isn't even there to begin with. Also, listen to how silent the game is. I get that this is a work in progress, but Jesus, you have like 3 other levels that you are working on. Wouldn't it be better to fully make the level you are already working on first before making the others? Well, let us go down to the utility tunnels to hide from Vanessa.
Freddy, you're supposed to be on lockdown.
Officer Vanessa, I do not know how I got here.
Jesus Christ, am I in a fever dream? Now let's distract Chica. Now let's do the chase sequence. Okay, Monty was just in the dark abyss. Time to go! Yeah, this is supposed to be a really intense chase sequence and it just lacks the intensity. Oh, hey Chica. Hang on a second. You mean to tell me that you couldn't even put Chica in her room? But she's fully animated to chase Gregory? This doesn't make sense. Anyways, after the doors close, the level just ends. So, yeah, that was fun. Okay, now that we have covered a Security Breach remake, there is no way that Roblox of all games can outdo itself even more. Right? Hold on one second. Hello? There's a job opening at Freddy's FNAF 2 location? Sure, how bad can it be? Looks like the place.
Well, how bad could it be?
Yep, just when I thought this couldn't get any worse, Roblox managed to outdo itself once again. Seriously, how am I finding the best remakes of FNAF on Roblox? FNAF 2 Reimagined takes the original formula of the game and make it even more terrifying. One thing, there's no music box. At least on night 1. But this game really puts you in a spin about everything you might have known about Five Nights at Freddy's 2. One thing, the flashlights needed to be dragged around the screen to see anything. Random cameras can go out too, and will need to have the fuses restarted with the fuse box right behind you. Which means you leave your fast cheeks out for everyone to come and clap them. The mask is pretty much the same. But I don't want to spoil too much of this game for myself, as I want to make some videos on it on my second channel. Which, by the way, you can go over there and check it out, as I post a lot of FNAF content in a more Let's Play type feel. Now, the last thing I heard about for the game is its unique jump scares. They can't be that bad since this is Roblox. So come on out, Toy Bunny. Let me see how you... Okay, maybe Withered Bonnie would be good since he's missing an arm. Oh my god. Okay, now I have to see Withered Foxy. Why is he in the party? Oh my fucking god! Okay, this has to be the best FNAF remake I have played for this video. Oh my god, that was terrifying. Well, it seems like Roblox was able to redeem themselves, so let us see if my VR can as well. What hell are you about to put me through? Welcome to Ultimate Custom Night VR. The game that took everyone to their limits was made even harder with this VR remake. I don't even know what to say really, other than the fact that this takes the original game and turns it up to 20. And it actually works really well. Yeah, this remake is made by the same person who made the other two VR remakes that we saw in this video. It really goes to show that you will always have a few bad apples on the way to success. Dare I say this might be my preferred way to play UCN? It has the added challenge of not being able to office stall the animatronics. I do wish some of the animatronics had a more distinct way of telling you that they're about to jump scare you. Like with Freddy, he just stands outside the door, but after closing it, he takes a good 30 seconds to actually hit the door. Now I know what you guys are thinking. How hard is 50/20 in this version? Here, I'll show you. Now, we have seen how FNAF had been remade in one sandbox game with community creations in it, so how about we check out a couple of other remakes in another sandbox game? Yes, we are playing Five Nights at Freddy's in Minecraft. But first, we need to do something before we start. There we go, much better! I find it kind of crazy how this remake is made with a mixture of a custom resource pack and a data pack. I mean, look at this, a full FNAF 1 remake in Minecraft. This has working buttons, interactive office, and cameras. Even Phone Guy shows up. Everything here is functional. The animatronics move with their respective AI values for the night. The sound effects are all there. Plus, it doesn't look horrible. This is a good FNAF remake. In fact, I want to try and play another one real quick, so let us go back in time to find one. Whoa. If you were around the Minecraft and FNAF community back in 2014, then you might know the older version of this map. Most notably, Dan TDM's video on the original map. This version is a more updated version of the original map. What do you know? It's a good remake. Not as good as the last one, but hey, the quality is there. Even if the animatronics look interesting, the real question is, what does the game look like without the resource pack? Oh, this is interesting. Why is my fan cocoa beans? Okay, I get it. You guys aren't here for these fan games. Well, maybe a few of them. So we have 2 more games that broke the FNAF internet when they came out. Yes, guys, I am talking about FNAF 1 Rewritten. This is the predecessor to FNAF in real time, which I am not going to talk about in this video because it is fairly new and will hopefully release this year. Hopefully. This takes FNAF and throws it into a full 3D remake that the game deserves. One of the cooler things about this is that the map layout has been fully changed around to make this its own location. The game honestly is the best looking FNAF remake that I have seen in this video. The other thing is that you need to check your book to see what time it is. It doesn't make sense, but hey, I'm giving fair criticism. The biggest thing that made this game stand out is the animatronics actually moving throughout the pizzeria instead of teleporting across the map to reach your door. The game has its own unique sound design too, with everything practically getting new and different sound effects to make the place seem more run down. Even Bonnie and Chica's possessed glitchy head movements in the corner got a sound change. The other dope thing is that the building is more haunted. I mean, look at the sequence I got around the end of the night. I don't know what happens if you do nothing, but it is cool nonetheless. Honestly, one of the best FNAF fan games out there to this very day in my opinion. Now, whilst FNAF 1 Rewritten is probably the best FNAF remake out there, the game's beginnings wasn't so smooth. In fact, the remake itself had also been redone to be more appealing. That's where the last game of this video comes in. Oh yes, the origins of FNAF Rewritten is put on a silver platter with this game right here. Welcome to FNAF Rewritten 87, a FNAF 2 remake that is way past its time. I am nowhere near saying that this is bad, it's just very complicated. It works the same as FNAF 2, with just different ways to look around. The book is the same, but you use A and D to look around the office, which looks like I got shoved into a damn broom closet. Like, holy shit. Toy Freddy's gonna get stuck with how little room there is in here. I will say that the game does look really good. The music box being, well, a music box is a nice quality of life change that I never thought I needed. And just like that, we bring this 10-year FNAF celebration to a close. Trust me, I can go on for months with how many FNAF remakes there are out there. Seriously, searching up FNAF remakes on GameJolt caps out the number that the website can render. New games are releasing every day too. There will always be new and starting developers that will test themselves by remaking the FNAF games. I'm in no means saying not to give it a try, as you never know where your games can take you. This video isn't made to discredit any certain creators and praise the others. I made this to show that every game has its flaws that can be improved upon. Most of the time. That just leaves a gap in the community that needs to be filled, and it is. Now, of course, none of these would be here today without FNAF, so I want to say happy 10th birthday FNAF. And also, thank you, Scott, for beginning a franchise that I feel like I can be a part of. I will say thank you guys for your patience with this video. I had a lot of fun doing it. I will see you guys in my next review theory video. Look out, because we have one final massive project due this year. Right, Ruin? It's not him. Don't tell him that, though.